Up. Oh, we're live. Wait,
Are we
no
live?
music? No, nothing? Oh.
You asked me if I was ready, and I lied. I guess I wasn't ready.
Well, Crow's ready. You're always ready. We were talking before. We were talking about pizza. But welcome to the Hot Dogs podcast, the home
Yeah, it's
of
the
the
Hot Dogs
Dopest
podcast.
original gaming show.
We were talking about pizza. It's the Hot Dog podcast.
The Hot Dogs podcast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long this name will stick, but we'll see how it goes. It's a mouthful.
It's already stuck longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, me too. 2 weeks. This is the second week we're calling it the Hot Dog Show.
Yep.
So for anybody joining, thank you for joining. I am Pete, EverCanadian. This is Crow from the Crow Continuum, Crow Pinball, Crow Evercade, Crow Game something.
I'm just curious. Did the sound come through on that again?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
I couldn't remember because I think I have the setup a little bit differently than it was yesterday.
Yeah, but this is the home of the Dopest original gaming show, which is hot dogs.
The original hot dog show.
The original hot dog. I'm sure there has to be another hot dog, actual wiener and bun show out there somewhere, right?
Well, let's see. Let's look up hot dog podcasts.
Hey, look at that. Ian's in the house. Hey, Ian, how are you doing, buddy? Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, that would explain it. Okay, hang on a second.
Hot dogs, pizza, it's all good. Hey, Tales from the John Lamb Waste. Welcome to the channel. Wait. You guys have been here forever. What are you guys talking about? You guys have been with me forever. And Crow. But we always start off with community sound off anyway, so. I don't really have an agenda today, but I'm in my never-ending quest to try to convince Crow to pre-order a Playdate. I've got another cool game that I want to show him this week and see him what he thinks. Core is now out for the pocket.
Okay.
What Core?
Okay, I found a podcast that's called A Hot Dog is a Sandwich podcast.
Hot dogs is... Oh, you actually were looking for it?
Yeah, I was actually looking for it. I say the things that I do, and I do the things I say.
100%?
No.
Okay.
That's an absolute lie.
So you're no different than every other ordinary man. Oh my gosh. What's this, Ian? You said the Core is out for pocket? Yeah, I'm not really into the Core. I am enjoying my pocket a little bit. But I took it out today and I'm like, hey, maybe I'll hook it up to a mini HDMI and showcase it tonight. Then I realized that the only way you can HDMI out this thing is if you have the connected to the base. And then I'm like, well, it's no different than a regular console now. And I can't get my Evercade EXP working with my capture card. It's been a really miserable day for me trying to get stuff to work.
Bizarre thing, because I was testing it earlier and I remember having problems and I couldn't remember what it was. Turns out the HDMI out only works if the device is already on when I plug it in. Don't know why.
Yeah, I think like mine is just, I think, oh, update the firmware, by the way. Oh, okay, Ian, I'll do that. Actually, I can do that right. How do I? Oh, crap.
Wait,
that's another thing. You can't even update the firmware on the Analog Pocket via the device. You got to go take out your SD card, put it into a reader, go to a computer. It feels like the Evercade OG all over again.
To be honest, I have no... If the device isn't really meant to have frequent updates, that I think that's fine. But if it's like...
this one has frequent updates.
Then that's a problem.
What do you think? The Evercade original had pretty regular updates.
It did. I think they were updating it more frequently than they thought they were going to, and that's why they started including Wi-Fi.
But you would expect that to have, like, for me, a modern system that you're selling that you're shipping it, planning to ship it without it being feature complete, you gotta have it. You gotta be able to update it just by the device.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were thinking that this is going to be good. All the games are going to be perfect when we put them on cartridges. Nothing's going to need to be updated. But apparently that all doesn't work.
All I care about is the libraries feature actually working on the analog. I'm just waiting for that to be updated. That's my main thing. But yeah. So I got to show you this game. I've got to show you this Playdate game.
So you think this is a system seller?
Well, it has issues because for some reason on a screen that's not backlit and it's black and white, they decide to make the water black, which makes it incredibly difficult to see when you're playing in low light. So I want to show it to you.
So you need. So is this analog? Wait. Is it? It's not backlit, right? The Playdate.
Playdate's not. No.
So does anybody make an accessory like the old Game Boy where you put it on top and it gives you the light?
I don't think yet, because I don't think there's been enough Playdates put out. It's only 25,000 of them.
There was like hundreds of those devices for the original Game Boy.
Yeah, I'm not. Let me share my screen. All right. Can you see that?
There is one. I can see it, yeah.
All right. So this is the game called Treasure Chasers. Guess what kind of game it is?
I'm going to say it's like Worms.
Nope.
I see cannonballs flying around, and I'm thinking you choose the angle and trajectory and the how much power. And
It's a pirate game, I think.
Okay, but there's like lots of different kinds of pirate games.
So basically, you sail around the ocean in a boat, and you fight other pirates.
Okay. So it's exploration and...
It's like Sid Meier's Pirates. Do you remember that game?
I've seen the game. I've never played the game, so I'm not really sure how that played. I might have actually tried to play it once and not really gotten into it.
So you steer with the
crank?
Yeah, and then you press up or down, up to go forward. It's really the control's really good, and left and right on the D-pad is cannon left or right. It's really remarkable.
So when you say when you're fighting other pirates, you mean you're firing on cannonballs, or you actually do sword fighting?
No, I haven't gotten that far because it was incredibly hard to see. But you use cannonballs. You got to click.
But there's no sword fighting. Hey, is that a guy stuck in the water?
Cannonball.
Oh, it's cannonball.
Or
Cannonballs
cargo.
don't float though. Oh, cargo does float. Okay.
But you can see where I don't like the decision. Like I can't even see it on my screen right now, and I've got okay light in here, but I've got it hooked up to the output, the mirror for Playdate mirror, and I don't know why they would choose black as their. This looks like a guy swimming.
It does. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was some guy who was stuck in the water. You get to rescue him. Oh, look at that. The shadow of the bird shows up on the sail.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive game when you think about it.
You know what
this reminds me of? And I got to dock and unload your cargo.
You know what this reminds me of? Jaws on the NES.
Yeah. Oh, I like that game.
You know what? I kind of have a soft spot for it too, just because it was one of the first games we had when we had an NES.
I like that game. I like the movie.
I was on vacation, and when I came back, I've been wanting them to get an NES for a long time. And when I came back, all of a sudden there was an NES in the house with a bunch of games, and this was one of them. Turns out they picked it up at a flea market, and they picked up all the games at a flea market too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I got enough cannon. So basically, you got to collect cargo and deliver it and avoid pirate ships. It's a really, really well done game.
So yeah, the Jaws and Friday the 13th were two of the first games we had.
I think I just broke the game. It's lagging.
Oh, I thought you were doing so good the game didn't know what to do.
No, this is a performance issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the game could use fighting some sharks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've gotten in a boat fight with another pirate. Stacy Kramer's in the house, one of my members. Yay! Hey Stacy, how you doing? I'm waving to you virtually. Thank you so much for being a member of the channel. Hopefully, Stacy, you're enjoying my members only videos. They're kind of weird and different, but yeah, thank you so much.
Let me ask you a question. Am I not a member anymore?
No.
Was that the old channel?
I just got membership, buddy.
That's right. I remember. Okay, I forgot about the being that whole email thing where you discontinued it
Yeah, because you know what happened.
on the other channel. Yeah.
You know but I started again just because I got a lot of new things with my membership now. I'm doing videos once or twice a week, like kind of stuff that doesn't hit Steam Deck or Evercade or Playdate. And like, I'm doing unboxing. I did an Elden Ring book video, which I really enjoyed doing, and yeah, just for that. I will. It's like I'm scared to check Ian's. Ian, when are you going to come on the show, man? He sends me DMs to show Crow all the time about Playdate games, I think. But sometimes he's going to send me something inappropriate. I know it.
Oh yeah, AVGN did the Friday the 13th game. Too.
Oh, I got sunk. I'm sunk. So what do you think, Crow? So far,
I don't know,
dude. It's so much fun.
Let me tell you this: there is in Pinball FX, the new one, there is a pirate pinball table, and one of the mini games is exactly what you're showing me here. You use the flippers, left and right flippers, to control the boat to go left and right, and you fire the cannonballs at ships.
I know, but it's just a fun little game. But doesn't it kind of freak you out that these are the games on a 1-bit system?
It's not 1-bit.
It is 1-bit.
The graphics are 1-bit, maybe, if you're just considering on and off.
It's pretty impressive, right?
There's no processor that is 1-bit. Never has been.
I know. Just trying to get you hyped for it. Look how fast he goes when you go. Isn't that funny that every top-down old game like this, when you go up straight up or sideways straight, you go normal speed. But whenever you go on a vertical, like a 45 degree, you're faster. You ever notice that? Look how fast I am. But look, I go this way. Normal speed. Normal speed. Fast. Okay. Normal.
No, I think it's just an illusion. I think you may be actually moving the same speed, but since the screen is scrolling in 2 directions, it's an illusion.
What do you think? What do you guys think in chat? Am I right? It's not an illusion. It's the truth. Well, okay. Slow. Super fast.
To me, it looks like you're moving the same speed, whether or not you go diagonally or straight.
I'll buy one for Crow. I'll buy Crow a Playdate if you won't get one.
No.
When they go down to $100, right, Crow?
If they go down to $100, I'll buy one.
I think they'll probably drop the price. As said, flat earthers would love this. Yeah, because the Earth does end.
That's me. I usually buy systems after they get discontinued or close to getting discontinued. Like, that's why I bought the Atari. I keep calling it the Atari box, but the Atari VCS. I cannot call it the Atari VCS. It's like,
they discontinued it.
I know they did. I bought one.
Did you get one?
I bought one shortly before it was discontinued because GameStop was selling them for $99.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to get a backup one, but they didn't have them in Canada.
That's how I got it. I was like, oh, it's $99. I went on the website and I bought it. It's like, oh, okay. Didn't think about it again until it showed up.
Average video gaming nerd. Rip Danny S. Joss. Did he rip it because he didn't like it, or did he rip it just because that's what his show was all about? Because I didn't find it that bad.
It's just the show. You know, he does games that are good sometimes too. But you can always say something negative about something that's good. I mean, Riff Tracks does that all the time, and it's still funny.
Who?
Riff Tracks.
I don't know that show.
It's Riff Tracks is a website that I don't know. You've heard me talk about Mystery Science Theater 3000 at all? It's the show where the guy and the 2 robots watch movies and make fun of them. Oh yeah, you've talked about it a lot before. Riff Tracks is by some of the people that did that show, except there's no shadow on the screen. But they have a website and they do a whole bunch of movies, and they can even do like any movie. It's if they don't have the rights to do the movie, like to provide a download for the movie itself, they just provide a download of the audio file that you play on top over the movie. Oh, really? Yeah, so they'll do anything. They've done Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and it's still funny.
I didn't like that movie.
The original or not the rerun, but the remake.
I don't really like Johnny Depp that much, so.
Okay, I'm talking about the original one. They did the original one.
I don't know. It just kind of didn't stick with me when I was a kid either, that one.
What I never saw that movie for the longest time. And the first time I saw it, the movie ended. I was like, did all those kids get killed? Because you never see them again.
No, they don't get killed, do they?
You never see them in the movie.
Oh,
and
in the Johnny Depp one, they show them.
In the Johnny Depp one, they show them all getting like disfigured coming out of the factory. But in the original, they never. Once they disappear, they're gone. They're never heard of again.
That's a pretty dark movie, man.
I think in the original book, it specifically said they were fine, but they just kind of cut that out of the movie for whatever reason.
That is pretty dark.
Because at one point, the one girl, the girl that wants everything,
yeah,
the rich girl, when she gets thrown down, like the chute, Willy Wonka says, well, they're like, where does that chute go? He's like, the incinerators. And he's like, oh, they're on every other day. So she's got a 50% chance of coming out alive.
That is crazy, man. Crunchy center chocolate sauce. Yeah, I don't know where all the parts are at now. Go check my map.
So what are you looking for? Is there an end game to this? Is there a way to win the game, or you just keep going?
You got to keep going to the ports and delivering cargo, and I can't find a port to deliver to.
I mean, is this a game you play for a high score, or is there an end goal?
Yep, there's a high score.
Okay. Because that was my complaint about a lot of the. You probably didn't watch my Commodore 64 video, but one of the common things that I was talking about was the fact that if you read the game story and the premise, it sounds like there's an end goal to a lot of these games, but there is no end goal in the actual game. The levels just keep repeating. So
that sounds really misleading.
Yeah, that's what I was complaining about. I was like, look, I was playing Marauder, and all of a sudden it felt like I was playing the same level again. I was like, this is really weird. And I had to look up a gameplay video of it online just to make sure I didn't miss something. And sure enough, as soon as the guy finishes the last level, he just kills himself and when the levels start repeating again, and that's the video.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, well, it said there was this whole jewel I was searching for. There's no jewel in the game?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what I gotta do anyway. But yeah, this is Treasure Chasers. What do you think?
Looks okay.
Is it a free game? Black Ocean. I mean, the Black Ocean is a bit of a challenge for me.
Hey, it looks better than Waterworld on Virtual Boy.
I got quite a few games on it. I got to update a bunch though, because this new update for Spike 2. Oh,
actually, I'm getting something sometime this year for my Ardu Boy. I think I've shown that off. And let me grab it again to remind you.
Your what?
My Ardu Boy. My Arduino handheld. This thing. Right now, this can only hold one game at a time. And you have to plug it in and update it. But they created an updated version of this that's got some extra memory on it that allows you to store like 300 games on it. But there's also a kit that you can install in an original one that makes it comparable. So I bought the kit. This is a Kickstarter thing. It says Kickstarter edition on it. I probably can't read that, but
hold on, let me make you big.
Well, I don't think I get close enough to. It gets blurry. Let's see, can I? Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Kickstarter edition.
One of 10,000.
Okay,
I thought this was pretty neat.
It's so thin.
Yeah, it's almost credit card size.
What's the screen like?
It's a OLED screen, and it's just like your Playdate. And the battery in this lasts forever.
Except it's probably backlit.
Yeah, it is backlit. Oh man, the power switch is so tiny on this. There it is. That's what the screen is like.
Black and white?
Yeah, it's black and white.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not
the
playing
frame
nice
rate.
with it. I remember that.
Is it like look like that too? Like flashy on your screen too?
No, it doesn't flash. It's the camera. It's an OLED screen, so it's black and white OLED screen, so it's like really crystal clear.
Yeah, the Playdate screen is really clear too. It's just like backlight. I'm like, for $200, they should have blacklit that. What game is that?
This is the game I have in there. Just a fish going.
Oh, did you have to download the game?
Yeah, you do have to. It's weird. You have to download the code and compile it yourself and put it on the device.
Oh, wow.
But people make games for it. But that's why I haven't really used this too much, because it's a lot of trouble just keep plugging it in to update it for one game at a time. But they actually had a Kickstarter recently for even a smaller version of this. And I actually funded that as well. But then I found out on their website they're having a kit that you can install in one of these to actually let you have a whole bunch of games on it.
Oh, cool. Hey,
so yeah, but I haven't charged this thing in years, and the battery's still going on it.
It's like a Game Boy game or Game Boy Advance. It's like
it's like a tiny Game Boy. It's like a tiny Game Boy, original Game Boy, almost.
How much was that?
Oh man, I couldn't even tell you. I can't remember how much I paid for it. You know what? I'm gonna go to their website and see how much they're selling for.
Okay, Ian sent me something, a Playdate video for you to look at, so you have to look at it.
Yeah, I heard he sent something.
All right.
Okay, yeah, it includes 200 games. April is shipping.
Ready?
Gun Trails, or is that Gum? Gun Trails.
Gun Trails, yeah.
So does it shoot 'em up?
I don't know. Doesn't seem like it does anything.
Looks like it's repeating.
Yeah.
Okay, the Arduboy FX, which is the updated version of this with 200 games, is right now on sale for $54. And the kit that I bought, which is just the device to add into this, I have to open it in and solder it in myself. It was $20, $19. So it's very affordable.
So Ian, I think is it a shooter though? Is it a shoot 'em up? A shmup, as the kids call them, shmups. I always called them shooters when I grew up. What do you call them, Crow, when you were growing up?
That's a shoot 'em up, because shooter to me is something entirely different. To me, either a running gun shooter is like where you're running, and
Contra's a running gun shooter for me.
Yeah, running gun shooter. Then you got first person shooters. To me, I don't know if I could just call anything just a shooter.
Because there's tons, right? But I called shmups. Like, I didn't hear shmups until like 15 years ago. I always called them shooters.
I don't know. I don't know when I heard that. It just always seemed natural to me. So, yeah.
It seems like beat 'em ups. I never really referred to those games as beat 'em ups.
What'd you call them?
Side scrollers, action games, fighters.
Side scrolling. Did you call beat 'em ups fighting games? Because to me, fighting games are specific.
Side scrolling fighters.
Like games like Street Fighter and
those are fighting games.
Yeah.
I guess I call them those, like they're all just double dragons.
Double dragons.
Rail shooters, yeah, I guess. Rail shooters are the right name because you're constantly moving forward. Right? You're always in the shoot 'em up vertical or scrolling. Like, you don't get to stop the screen. You're always moving up or over.
You know what's funny is I did a whole bunch of videos today. I filmed a whole bunch of videos and one of the games I finally played was Demon Throttle. And I'd forgotten what kind of game that was because I hadn't seen it or seen any footage of it. And it was like 2 years ago since I saw the footage for it.
Right.
And it turned out it's a shoot 'em up where you're running on the ground. So you also have a jump button, but the screen's automatically scrolling, and there's an end of level boss at the end of each level. It's a crazy game.
Gravity
and
what game
here's
is that? Go ahead.
And the crazy thing about Demon Throttle is they released it only physically. You cannot buy the game digitally.
Really? Why would they do that?
I have no idea, but it is Digital Devolver who published it, so that may have something to do with it. But even on I don't know if it's like a timed exclusive for physical or not, but something tells me that it's not, because on the box itself, it says always physical, never digital.
Welcome.
But it is a crazy game where you basically play two characters at once: a cowboy, a gunslinger, and a female vampire. And you basically flip back and forth between the two, because
it's like
they each
Captain
have
Commando. I did a Captain Commando video,
Yes.
and the 4 different characters.
One of them's a baby in a mech, yeah.
Baby. a samurai ninja.
Yeah.
And the least interesting one of all 4 is Captain Commando. Like, he's
he's the normal one.
He's just normal, boring, dude. Oh, this is the game. We saw this game before. A couple weeks ago, we showed it. But this is the first ever full motion video Playdate game. Is going to be released this week.
Oh, yeah. This is the...
Like, I don't know how they do this.
Well, you know what's funny is you might think this is crazy, but we actually had a way to do that on the Commodore 64 when we had one way back then. We could take footage and transfer it to be played on the Commodore 64. It was a possibility.
Yeah, but how big of them? You could never have put that in the memory buffers or anything, right? To run, would you?
No, you could.
It would look like a slideshow, though.
No, it was very, very pixelated. You almost couldn't tell what was going on.
So technically, not quite this.
You had to be quite a ways back before you could make a sense of what was going on. But it was possible.
This game is... I'm going to buy this game. Ian, do we know how much it's going to cost, this game? CEO Stephanie Shipwell. That does not sound like an appropriate name. CEO of Gravity Express.
You know what that reminds me of? There was a Kmart commercial where they were, you remember Kmart, where they had a commercial.
We used to have Kmart here in Canada.
They were talking about how you could order from their website and they'd ship it to you. So they had a whole bunch of people going, I just shipped my pants. I just shipped my pants.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember watching that. Yeah. They didn't make a big Super Bowl commercial of that?
Maybe that was it. I don't know. The first time I saw it, I thought it was a parody. I thought it was like a Saturday Night Live sketch or something.
No, they did the Super Bowl ad of it, I think. I'm not sure though.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just the Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
But I don't watch the Super Bowl, so I wouldn't.
You don't watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials? I watch it just for the commercials.
No, I don't need to, because everybody talks about the commercials the next day anyway, so I don't need to waste my time.
That is true. But yeah, now they ruin it by showing the commercials like a month before the Super Bowl.
I guess my wife just heard me because she just texted me Kmart.
Or Alexi or Alexis or Google or something heard you in the house.
No, my wife.
Do you have Google?
Yes, we have Google and Alexa. They
fight
each other.
What is your tone for your message? It sounds like Foghorn Leghorn, like Warner Brothers cartoons or something.
It's from the Pinball Machine Funhouse.
Oh,
it's just a sound effect from. Yeah, and that's just the sound effect I have. The notification sound I have whenever my wife texts me.
Remember the days when that was the big thing when cell phones first came out, was ringtones and all those things. I've not put a ring. I don't even know what my ringtone on my phone is. It's on vibrate all the time. I have no idea what my phone sounds like.
I go through, I have lots of ringtones and stuff. Some of them I've made even.
Oh, and yeah?
There's even more sound effects I want to put on my phone. I just need to sort through them to figure out which ones I want. But I like having a different sound for everybody and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I literally, my phone, I don't remember the last time I heard it.
Well, yeah, my wife always has her phone on silent anyway, so I don't know what her phone sounds like either.
Yeah, I think the last phone I remember having a ringtone on was a Motorola flip phone from 20 years ago, maybe.
And what's funny is the reason it sounds so loud is because my phone is actually just as far away from the mic as I am.
Oh. Yeah, no.
It's just where my charging dock is.
I don't even remember you used to be able to buy them, right? You'd have to buy ringtones.
And I never understood that. It's like, why would I spend $1 on a sound effect?
I remember making an MP3 one time. Just take a slice of a call, a song I liked, and that was my ringtone.
Yeah, it's so easy to make your own ringtone. All you need is an MP3 file, and then you just have to put it in a directory on the phone, a certain directory where all the sound effects are, notification noises or whatever, and then it just shows up in the menu.
Yeah. Oh, Ian used to have the Nokia Banana, the Matrix phone back then.
I have the best sound. I have the best ringtone that I made. Let's see here if I can.
Because back in the day, movies used to showcase new phones and new technologies. Oh, it's like you watch a movie, it's like, oh man, they got a new phone.
Ringtones. I can never figure out where this is. Oh, you know what? I should just go here because then I can customize. Sound of oh no, not notification noise. I got lots of different. I got this one.
What is that?
That's all these notification noises. Here, look. These are literally all the notification noises I have for my phone.
That's crazy. I think I have 10 people in my contact list. I keep a very small circle.
Let's see here. How about
Jack? That sounds like a pinball thing.
Yeah, this is all. I only have sound effects from 2 pinball machines in here. There's so many more I need to go through.
Crazy. So, Crow, what game are you going to showcase this week?
Well, I could do Peggle.
Not Peggle. Didn't you show Peggle on the Evercast?
I was showing Peglin on the Evercast, which is the same game I'm playing now. But I could do something else. Oh, what about Loop Hero? You know about Loop Hero, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, let me put up Loop Hero. The only problem is I might need to concentrate a little bit on it. But it's the other game I've been kind of playing. Outside
I was hoping to have my EXP working, and I was going to play some Capcom games and stuff, but it won't capture. It won't do my capture on it. I can't figure it out, and it's annoying me.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh wait,
what game is this?
This is Loop Hero.
Ooh, that looks good.
Oops.
Looks like Ghosts and Goblins.
Oops. There we go. Oh, every time I click away, it disappears. Okay.
Are you full screen?
I am going to continue. And this is my base camp here. I don't think we could build anything at the moment. But I'm going to go on Expedition. I right now only have 2 classes. I've got the Rogue and the Warrior. I'll just choose the Warrior. These are the cards that can possibly pop up. So basically, It's a really weird game because you start the game with no memory of anything, and these cards are basically you remembering things. So on the map, this map here, you just basically go around in a circle. And right now I'm going to pause the game because I start out with armor because I got some at my base camp. So a shield and an axe. And right now there's only slimes on the map. When he encounters a slime, he's going to fight it.
Oh, sweet. This reminds me of
and right now from the slime, I got it. Yeah, right now from the slime, I got a meadow card. So he remembers the meadow. So then you could take that card, place it somewhere on the map. Now, for every meadow, you get 2 hit points. You heal 2 hit points at the start of every day. And the time of day is here. And the number of cards you put down makes this meter go up. And when this hits the top, the boss of the level shows up, which I haven't.
The card you put down looks like you're adding to the map.
Yeah, the cards you put down add to the map.
So it's like landscape. So you said meadow.
And basically it's like, oh, I remember this. I remember that.
Meadow.
That's kind of the premise, I think. So okay, now I've got this other slime here.
Well, that slime's pretty brutal. That's not your Dragon Quest slime.
So from that slime, I got a piece of armor, and this armor is not as good as the one I'm already wearing, so I'm not going to put that on. But I did get a ring here that increases my attack speed, but he also remembers a grove. Now, the grove spawns a rat wolf every 2 days, so I could put this grove somewhere on the
Well, a
map.
rat wolf? Is that like
It,
a mix between a rat and a wolf?
it says a rat wolf, whatever that is.
Or is it a wolf that is it a rat that hunts wolves or a wolf that hunts rats?
Okay, so I got 3 from this one. I got a spider thing, so this will spawn spiders. A cemetery will spawn skeletons.
Okay, wait, you're
And
spotting that. Can they hurt you or they hurt the slimes?
no, they're opponents for me to fight. But you want the more enemies you can fight, the more cards you get, the more equipment you get, and you
Okay.
need to power yourself up enough to be able to beat the boss.
Okay. This on Steam? This
Yep, it's
looks
on
really
Steam.
cool. Is it passive? Passive? Like you're not controlling the action there? It's just automatic?
I'm not controlling the action at all. Basically, I'm in controlling what he's wearing.
Yeah, so
And
it's a passive gameplay. Active management, passive gameplay.
And I'm just like pausing the game every time I get something by hitting the right mouse button, so I have time to figure out what I want to do. Now I've got wheat fields, but I can't put wheat fields down unless I have a village
Because
somewhere
wheat would
on the
give
map.
you a bonus to health, I bet, right?
It can only be placed that 5 hit points to healing in a just adjacent fit, but it also spawns a scarecrow every 4 days.
Man,
And you
this
have to fight the scarecrow.
game looks like a game I do while I'm working.
I would try to do that. The problem is that I wind up spending too much time looking at what's going on in this game.
Yeah,
The rocks give you 3 more hit points to your max hit points, and 3 more hit points. So and then if you get more rocks adjacent, you actually earn more hit points. And if you create a grid of 9 mountain ranges, it turns into a mountain peak, and harpies can start flying in from that.
This looks like pretty wild, man.
It is, and these areas too. You also will give you, like as I walked through the grove, I think I got some sticks or something, and that's something when you leave the area you can use to build up your base camp. And you can leave anytime you want, but if you leave while you're in the base camp, you get to keep everything. But if you leave outside of the base camp, you only get to keep a fraction of what you found. So mountain. Put that there. So every time I put the mountain down, what's that?
How much was this game?
Not that much. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was on sale. It's not much at all. It's cheap. It's pretty cheap. It's maybe. Oh man, I'd have to hang on. You know what? I could look it up really quick. Steam. Oh, you're looking it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear your keyboard going. So, and then when I reach past my camp
I'll
again,
look it up. You don't. My Steam needs to update.
I can increase the speed of time. I just never do. I like taking my time on this thing. So you can see that now spiders are showing up on the map. Now, if I go here, it automatically pauses the game while I'm highlighting
$20 Canadian.
Is it on sale at all? Because I did buy this on sale too.
No,
so
$20 Canadian. I'm going to add it to my wish list though.
Yeah, wait for it to go on sale. But vampirism, 9% chance or attack speed.
There's 486 people in game.
So if you equip a new item, the item you were wearing just disappears forever. And if you manage to fill this all the way up, I think that the more they get bumped off, but they turn into items you get to keep. Battlefield is really cool because a treasure chest will spawn on this. And that's good for equipment. So it's good to put that near the campfire at the start of the day. It sounded like a new day started. And every time you loop around, the enemies gain level 2. So enemy level is now 2 because it's the second loop. Oh, I can't move that while I'm in a fight here. So the more times you go around, the stronger everything gets. And the shield, is better than the one I was wearing. This one's the same. So that's what, there's like a lot of things just to keep my mind on. Because like I forgot for like the longest time when I was playing this. It's like, oh wait, I forgot to equip my guy. Evasion 9%. I think we'll keep vampirism. and that's not as good as what I already wearing. So this is the Rat Wolf. This is the Rat Wolf thing. It's living and has a soul.
So yeah, it's a rat and a wolf got together and got a little funky.
Yep, pretty much. And I got a counter ring. Oh yeah, I like counter rings. And we'll leave that. But different classes can have different items, I think.
What class are you running at? Looks like it's just standard knight.
Yeah, this is like the standard warrior. I had a rogue, which I just got, but I'm not using him because the way he gains equipment is completely different. Basically, he beats all the enemies, and it remembers how many you beat. And every time you hit the base camp, you just automatically get a whole bunch of equipment all at once. But you have to.
So you don't get it while you're in the map.
Yeah. Exactly.
How does the map end? How does the
map
session
end? You could just click on this button. If I click on this now, it's going to say, if I retreat now, I get to keep 60% of the resources I found.
That's not bad.
I want to stay. But if I hold the button down, this gear shows up and it automatically pop up when I hit the base camp. Because if I leave at the base camp, I get to keep 100% of everything. We'll stay. But if I'm in the middle of a fight and I leave, because you think you're going to lose and you just forced to leave, you'll lose. You'll only get to keep 30% of your things. But as I go through too, and as I level up, I'll get to, because of the things I have in my base camp, I'll be able to equip new traits. So there's another rock. I'm waiting for like some really good stuff too. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of strategies to this game. If you look this up on YouTube, there's so many videos explaining what to do in this game and how different tiles affect other tiles. So as I passed through, a treasure chest showed up. The treasure chest usually won't fight back. Let's see what we got. This ring does a lot of stuff. We'll do that ring, even though and then this shield is way better. And
I'm going to buy this game whenever it goes on sale. How long has it been out?
Oh, for quite a while. I think 2021, maybe.
So it's had lots of bug fixes, probably, and updates, right?
Oh, yeah. It's been around for a while. I knew about it.
500 people playing it right now.
Yeah, it's an awesome game. So we got rocks.
So it reminds me of Tower of Doom.
But now I get the vampire house. Now,
Gateway to Apshai meets like kind of like just roguelike. It just has like a lot of old school vibes.
This vampire house, whenever I fight an enemy within this range, a vampire will just automatically be there to fight. And the interesting thing is if you place a village across from a vampire mansion, the village will heal you. But if you put it across from a vampire's mansion, it turns into a ransacked village. With bad guys. Yeah.
See, I'm asking these questions because I'll probably end up buying it before it goes on sale, and I'm learning how to play it now.
And if you put too many villages on the map, a bandit camp will show up automatically. Things will appear too, based on that you don't want, or you do want.
I might get this for my Steam Deck.
Yeah, if you put enough cards on the now, I don't know how this would control with a controller.
That's what I'm wondering. Does it have controller support? I'll go and look at the discussion. But I play this. My computer can run this easily, I think.
I kind of remember it having customization game. What's up this stuff? Yeah, I chose the color of my guy. Highlight here on the map. Highlight the road. I don't know. Okay, get out of here. Continue. But yeah, this is one of those games where I just didn't want to go to bed because I kept playing it.
Yeah, I'll start a little thread, see if they have Steam Deck. A lot of games are starting. Hey, I did a video recently. Torchlight Infinite, in their latest update, put full controller support for the Steam Deck, and I'm like, now the game's playable on the deck. It's really good. Like they've done a really good job with it.
You have absolutely no way to control a mouse on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, you can with the two pads.
Okay, but so it is kind of playable.
Yeah,
right?
and the right and left trigger are your right and left buttons if you want. You can. Yeah. I played a bit of Torchlight with those pads. That's just not for me. I like sticks, right? It's just.
Okay, I think if I put another Battlefield right next to this one, Yeah, it turns into a blood path. And put this mountain here. That'll turn into a peak. You get a lot of items for that.
Man, geez, I'm gonna end up spending $20 on this. I know I am. Because it reminds me, I got the nostalgia for it now. Am I just wrong, chat? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, it's got all these vibes of Tower of Doom, Gateway Adaptation. Is the way the little dude moves around the map looks like...
yeah, it's funny the way he moves around.
Yeah. It's like, wow. It's like, you know what this reminds me of? It's like, whoever created this, they probably have one artist who's making it, and he left, and another one came in, and then another one, because there's, like, a lot of different contrasts between art styles in here.
Yeah.
Because the guy in the map looks nothing like he should not exist in this game when you look at a little cutscene of him battling. Like,
but look at the sword here. This sword is slightly less damage, but attack speed plus 12, so I'll take that.
Yeah, and he looks cooler too. It's the rapier. Yeah, I could have animated this game and done quite well for myself.
And look at this armor. I'm going from 95 to 377 plus 2.
I want to do, if I played this, I want to be like Archer, like a rogue, not a rogue, Archer or a Ranger or something like that.
Well, there's 4 classes. I don't know if an Archer is one of them. I think Necromancer is one of them. And I think maybe a Wizard is another one. I've only unlocked the rogue.
Okay, I'm going to buy it now, so I need to buy this game. All right, cool. Let's switch over to
Bloodgrove. I can put next to here. Now, the thing about the Bloodgrove is if you're fighting something within the range of the Bloodgrove, if the enemy goes under 15%, it'll just instantly kill that enemy.
Bro, how do you have this much like space in your brain to retain all this information about games?
I don't know. I've had this game for less than a week, I think. Maybe a week or two.
All right,
at the beginning of the year, I think
some news.
Okay, so
start talking about this. You can still play in the background.
Okay, I'll
share my screen. I've wanting to talk about this, and I've been waiting to get on our show to chat about it a little bit with you because I'm doing Retro Dodo. That sounds like a YouTube channel I've watched before.
Retro Dodo, is that a game?
No, it's a website. But doesn't he have a YouTube channel? I'm not sure.
I don't know. What's that game? What's that Dodo game that Rich was talking about? I own it and I haven't played it.
I don't. Oh, Donut Dodo.
Donut Dodo. I need
that
to make
game
a video
is hard as balls, man.
I need to make a video for that. That's one of the games that's on my list.
Yeah, he is a YouTuber. Oh, see, Ian's here. Ian, I was just testing, see if you're still here. Oh, Mike, what's the score of the game? Mike, I have it turned off because it's too distracting. Last time I checked, it was Cincinnati 9. And yeah, they were winning like 9-6 or something. I don't like Baltimore. But anyway, Mike, welcome. Okay, Crow, big news. As we all know, Atari seems to be shutting down active production of the Atari VCS.
Yep.
Maybe they're going to put a new model out. No one knows, but they've partnered for their back catalog with, My Arcade, which, makes mini consoles and stuff. So let's talk a little bit about it.
To be honest, from what I've seen, none of it really interests me because I kind of have a feeling what's going to be on this stuff, and it's stuff we've all seen before.
And played, that's where I'm at, right? Like, of course I'm going to probably buy it because it's Atari, but the games, right? Like, without Activision, Atari lacks a lot for me, and because they won't have the Activision's game there, and the rest of the games we've played either on Atari 50, the Atari Volume 1 and 2 on the VCS, the Evercade. It seems more of like a collectible than an actual system you need to own if you're already.
This thing in particular, yes, because
what is this? This picture on the screen, is this a home console? A mini console?
It is like a plug and play console. So it does have a bunch of games in it.
It looks
and
damn
the
good,
games are tentative, but the joysticks are not going to have any paddle support whatsoever, because there's actually 3 buttons on the joystick, and one of them is like a trigger button on the stick itself. So it doesn't really make any sense to me what they're planning on doing with this.
They look slick. This little console looks slick, though, man.
It looks very bizarre to me. Like, why are the buttons so big?
On the console?
Yeah.
When I first looked at it, I thought it was a controller.
No, that's the console. Like, if there
Like,
was
how many
actually
games is on
footage.
it? Brian F is saying it's
Yeah, the price.
$99,
Yeah.
200 games, no 5200 I hear, no SD card or Wi-Fi for expansion, some 7800 and some arcade titles. So
Like,
maybe it's a combination of everything.
honestly, why, like, you're better off with, like, the Atari 50 than this thing.
Yeah. I think it's like a collectible. It's like a mini. They're going into that mini collectible market, I think, where,
But
you
in order for it to be collectible, I think it would have to look at least a little bit like an Atari VCS.
yeah, I guess.
And the controllers are just, they look like updated versions, I guess, of the standard
Yeah.
joystick.
They're
But
wireless too,
think
right?
about it. There's been so many Atari plug and plays. Like, I don't know why anybody would get excited over this one.
It's looks like the controllers are wireless.
Yeah, At Games did all those Atari flashback consoles. They made like 10 of them.
So this is the console. $100. I don't know if that's true. That's like 150 Canadian if it's $99 US.
But what they should do, and this doesn't look that great to me at all. I don't know.
I think that's just a skin version of their just standard My Arcade line, right?
Yeah, it is. It is just a skin version of, well, all of their arcade units are the same, just with different decals on them. I know because I have 4 of them.
I kind of wish that, this is cool, but I kind of wish they would have had just one controller with a stick, paddle, and spinner all in one that was USB or Bluetooth. That would be worth the price of the console.
A stick paddle or what?
A combination arcade stick with stick, paddle, and spinner. All in one, on one big stick with the console. Then
paddle and spinner
would the controller.
Paddle and spinner would be the same thing, though, right?
No, the spinner, like the knob that rotates. Paddle.
Are you talking about the spinner that doesn't stop?
Yeah. The
Okay,
paddle, the spinner.
Okay, the driving
the
control.
stick.
I think only one game supported that thing,
What one?
and that was Indy 500.
Oh,
I could be wrong, but there's very, very few games that actually use the driving controller, which is the one that didn't stop.
okay.
But they should, and I don't know about. Oh, have you seen the Retron 77 Ranger controller or the Ranger controller?
That's the one with the wheel, the spinner on the side, right?
Yeah, that's the one with the spinner and the joystick all in one. And there was a switch to switch it back and forth.
Yeah, I have.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I have.
But to be honest, the
Where
best paddle controllers I have were the ones I made myself.
It's here somewhere. I'm looking around on my shelf.
Have you seen my paddle controllers that I made?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay.
You showed it to us on the Evercast.
Did I? I forgot.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking about Loop Hero so much.
I'm not even looking at the screen right now. Oops. Here we go.
Okay, so this one here, it'll interest me just because I do like these little stations, these little arcade minis. I don't have very many of them, but I find My Arcade are hit or miss with their quality of their products. So, I don't know.
At least with the other ones, I think they're finally coming out with ones with actual arcade ROMs on it instead of NES versions of them.
If it's like less than $30, I'll buy it. Like, I don't know. I think they're going to charge a lot for this stuff. Like, I feel like
$30 to $40, I think, is the price range they're going for those things. The only reason I have the Karate Champ one is because I saw it at Office Max or Office Depot. I saw it at Office Depot for $5, and I said, "I'll buy that for $5."
$59 US. That's too much.
Yeah, that's way too much. And that thing this one is actually the most interesting.
That's the one that's one I like. So I like handhelds. Like, I haven't tried any of their other ones though. Apparently, this is based off their existing model, right?
Yes, it's exactly the same as their existing model, just reskinned. Even the buttons and everything are all the same.
I'm going to try to get my hands on one of those and do a video for my members.
But what's funny is that there's already an Atari handheld like this, and it was made by Blaze.
Really?
Yeah, Blaze already made an Atari 26 handheld that almost looks exactly like this.
Really? When?
A couple of years ago, a few years ago, it actually before the Evercade. Before the Evercade, maybe a few
Oh
years
my!
before
Look
the
at
Evercade,
this. Let's
and
see
it
this.
actually looks better because it has the stylings of an actual 2600. Yeah, in fact, I think this is one of the same videos that I had watched. Yep, that's the thing. That was made by Blaze.
How do I not have that? I shouldn't.
I don't remember how good it was, but it's not the first Atari 2600 handheld.
Oh, it's awful square looking. I don't know if I like that.
You mean the screen?
Hey, the original Next Level Gaming, my member, Mike, my member. I don't have very many members, but Mike is one of me, buddy. How you doing? Yes, this is the hot dog show. Sometimes every Sunday.
Sometimes every Sunday.
Talking about stuff. Home of the
Sometimes it may go under a different name.
Well, I had no idea they made this, so I'm checking out Retro Gamer VX. Thank you for letting me check out your video.
Mike, I don't even know about this show.
Okay, I need to buy this. I need to own this now.
Sorry, I sold you on two things without my intent.
You're trying to sell
me on Playdate for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Oh wait, what's the other thing? Okay, a loop arrow, yeah. But I've got a bad problem for handheld things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I love everything handheld. Like, it takes everything to hold me back from buying all of my arcade handhelds, but I don't know. I just like them so much. That's all. Okay, so this is the Blaze made this. Yeah, Blaze has been around for a while, right? I have their Neo Geo Gold handheld thing that they made.
Really? Did they make this the one with the docking station?
Yeah, they made that. That's made by Blaze.
I kind of didn't remember that they made that. When I heard Blaze, even with the Evercade, it's like, oh, they were the people that made that Atari handheld. That's what I kept thinking of them from.
How do I get this handheld?
Okay, so yeah, it apparently, I don't know how good it was, but Tales from the Judeland Wastes said it's
you should be able to load a comment on my screen.
I should be able to?
Yeah.
Oh, I never done that before. I never tried to do that before.
Oh, maybe you can't.
No, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I don't think this exists anymore.
No, it definitely doesn't. You're going to have to find it on eBay or something. Somebody selling it.
Yeah, I don't know if I want it that bad. But it looks weird because it's like a rectangle with edges, and it's round on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see you mean the edges. Yeah, but look, I like how aesthetically it's kind of got that same design as an Atari 2600. You got the orange buttons.
I had no idea.
You've got the dashes around.
Look, this is tiny.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's got AV out too.
Wow.
But I don't know how good it actually is. I can't remember what people said about it. I just knew it existed.
No, that's pretty cool, actually. That's cool. Do a search for Atari Flashback. Oh, thanks, Tails.
Oh, is that what they were calling it? The Atari Flashback handheld? Oh, is that the At Games one? Did At Games already do a handheld? Yeah, he says, get the At Games handheld. So there's already an At Games handheld. So this would be in my arcade Atari handheld. So this would be like the third one.
I'm telling you, man, Atari, they ain't got no problem like getting their stuff everywhere.
Yeah, they have no problem. They're like, hey, give us some money and we'll let you put our Atari stuff on whatever you want.
Yeah. But yeah, this one intrigues you. Why does it intrigue you?
Me?
Yeah.
Just because it's, I said out of all three, this one intrigues me the most. Still, I'm not going to go out and buy it unless I find it super cheap. But I'm just saying, I have the Pac-Man one, and it's funny is it's always in my coat pocket, my winter coat pocket. Even when it's summer and my coat is put away, it stays in my coat pocket. Nice.
Because it looks like this got USB-C too, right there.
Yeah, that would just be for charging.
Yeah,
and everything has got to be have a USB-C now.
Yeah, the Pocket
especially if you
Player,
want to sell it in the EU.
$39.
Yeah,
So
see,
like,
that's a little too much for me.
yeah, it's gonna cost like 50, 60, 100, $150 Canadian. It's like, I don't know,
The
man.
only
Like,
reason I bought that
Evercade
Pac-Man
has
one is
all this
because
stuff too.
I saw it on clearance for like $10. It's like, yeah, I'll buy this for $10.
Yeah, I'll buy that. What is it? I buy that for $1. What's
Wait,
that little? Come on, get your little thing going.
oh, I don't even have that queued up.
So at the end of the day, it's like Atari just likes making money. Like it's obvious, right? They'll try anything. They should
Oh,
go to
I know why.
Microsoft and when Microsoft buys Activision, say, "Hey, Microsoft, can we buy back our old Atari 2600 Activision library?"
I'd buy that for $1.
Man, that guy looks so sleazy in that thing. He's probably in that video only about 25 years old.
You know what that's from, right? That clip is from?
I think I do. Isn't that from Back to the Future?
No. Close, but no.
Okay.
It's
No.
from RoboCop.
Oh yeah, RoboCop. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you said that before. So yeah, it's like it's funny. It's like yeah, there's no doubt about it that Atari will try anything. Obviously, they're into cryptocurrencies, hotels. You know.
I don't know
You know.
how. I mean, I really haven't heard anything about that hotel. Does it even exist?
Yeah.
Okay, what about the cryptocurrency? Anybody, just sounds like
They
just
have a
about anybody can
token.
make their own cryptocurrency.
The Atari token's must be worth 20 cents. Let me see. Can't get it in Canada. The Atari token, it usually tells you what it's trading at. 0.2 of a cent, so 0.002335. So not good.
Well, that's better than Shiba.
Yeah. I've got Dogecoins. It won at one time.
I have Dogecoin. I have Dogecoins and Shiba just because we have a Shiba Inu here.
Exactly. At one time, it was trading at 4 cents.
What Doge?
No, Atari token.
Oh,
Yeah, though, like I just think that Atari, like gotta people are peeing out like pooing all over them because of the VCS they didn't sell whatever, and they're shutting down
I
production.
never saw that being like a huge success. I never saw somebody
Yeah.
going, "Oh, I'd rather have that than a PlayStation 4."
Yeah, and they priced it. It was too expensive. It was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was way too expensive.
I do enjoy mine. I've enjoyed it. There's no doubt about it. But you got to give it to them. They actually put something out.
I thought it would be one of those things where it would never come out, and
Me
it did.
too.
So that surprised me.
It actually came out. So you give them that.
And there's people out there that are dedicated to it. So there's that too.
I love my VCS. I still play it. I play my Atari 50 on it. Atari Mania, a bunch of games on there. I'll play. I enjoy it. I play all of my recharge games on there. That's where I play them.
What's funny is I bought all the recharge games on it, and so I was like, hey, it only makes sense to put the recharge games on it.
Well, that's what for me. It's like if I'm like I used to tell Mike from Original Next Level Gaming if he's still listening. That's like because he was on the fence with the Atari VCS, for good reason for a long while, and I just he asked me a few times why I had it, and I said for some reason it feels good and nostalgic to play Atari created games on Atari machines, and people go, well, it's not the same Atari company, and I'm like, name any company that 40 years ago is the same company it is today. People change, people leave.
Yeah,
it's
and also. It's funny. It's like the same reason why I would only buy Tekken on PlayStation consoles. It's like it was a PlayStation exclusive series.
First fighter I ever played.
Yeah, when they switched out to like Xbox, it's like no, I only still want to buy it on PlayStation.
Same as Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer is a PlayStation 1 game for me. Tekken, PlayStation 1
or at
game
least the Sony PlayStation, because there's the Vita version, there's the PSP version.
Yeah, it's like. I still like Tekken. The first Tekken I played on PlayStation is still one of my I have so much good memories of that that game.
The funny thing was that Tekken on the PlayStation was one of those games where I was in the Toys R Us and I was like, Tekken. I bought the game just solely based on the packaging, not knowing anything about it, only knowing what I saw from the box. And I played it and I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I saw it in the arcade, and then I'd play it in the arcade with kind of knowing what I was doing.
Tekken for me was like, I gotta say it was a game. For me, it was Virtua Fighter, but I actually liked to play those characters because Virtua Fighter I could never get into because I didn't like any of the characters. But for Tekken, it was like, this is darn cool. I'm fighting like there's animals in this game.
Yeah,
Or
Jack,
people dressed
the
up as
robot.
animals. I always wondered, are they real animals or are they people dressed up as animals?
The real animals.
How
Oh,
are
you're
they-
talking about King. King is actually a wrestler wearing a mask,
Yeah.
but and so is Armor King. But there are actual animals. Maybe not in the first game, but in subsequent sequels, there was definitely
The bear. There's a bear
there
one,
was
right?
yeah, the bear, panda, the kangaroo. I can't remember his name, and Alex, which was the dinosaur.
I always wondered, are they just people dressed up in them? Because they didn't
No,
really,
no,
I
those
never
are
got
actual-
into that universe and understood why there was like these actual animals.
and it's
that
really
were,
funny because like if you like play through the end of the game, and the endings you get can be sometimes totally off the wall or
Yeah.
somewhat serious. Most of the time they're all just off the wall though.
yeah, I love that game, man. I played so much of Tekken, like and Warhawk, like Tekken, Warhawk, Diablo, Destruction Derby,
I
like
played that one.
like all the Off-World Interceptor was still one of my favorite PlayStation games of all time. And that's why, like, when you talk about Mystery Science Theater 3000, when you told me it was like, what, Off-World Interceptor probably ripped them
Yes.
off.
I should have said Riff Tracks is like Off-World Interceptor.
Yeah,
Extreme.
because that, when they just riff at the actors in the cutscenes, I'm like, this
Yes.
is awesome.
But what's funny is the original 3DO version doesn't have that. It's
that's why the
just
PlayStation long box is the definitive version of it.
Well, actually, the Saturn version is exactly the same thing as the PlayStation version.
Yeah, but no one bought it on Saturn. You wanted transparency, so you bought it on PS1.
I
Mike's
bought it on
listening now, he's
PS1
probably
because
mad.
I bought it on PS1 because I had a PlayStation and not a Saturn.
Well, I always liked the Saturn. It's just I could never afford one. It was like $100 more expensive than a
What
PlayStation.
was really funny at the time those systems were out, I was in the military at the time, so there was a guy that had the Saturn when it came out, and he was showing it around. Right, this was before the PlayStation launch. He's like, "Yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this," and then the PlayStation came out, and I mentioned something about the Saturn to him. He's like, "Oh, well, how you doing with your Saturn?" And he's like, "Shh, don't bring that up. Don't." He didn't want to be known for having a Saturn anymore.
No, Saturn, I've got a lot of good games on the Saturn. And I picked them up much later in life when I could afford it and I had a job and I got a Saturn. And I don't have a big Saturn library. I've got probably about 30 or 40 games. But I enjoy most of them. Like I really do. There's like, you gotta when you play those games now in today's era, you can't judge them against today's games for the most part. You gotta go back and look at how they were made back in the day, the game design, technology.
Well, that's an interesting question. Is like, how do you gauge old games? Do you gauge them as they were back when they came out, or do you gauge them based against what you could potentially play currently?
Yeah, I think you have to do it to depending on how you want to evaluate. Both are good, but I look at all the games having grown up in those eras and through those eras as I judge them. I have to judge them based on the context in which they were developed with, the technology they were developed with, because those days design was limited by technology. Nowadays, I don't think you can say that design is limited by technology.
Let me tell you something. I played the original Persona like 6 times, but as much as I like that game, I don't think I would ever play it these days. I'd rather play something else other than that, just because of so much loading time.
Right? Like, yeah. So, like, even like, I would not be able to go back and play JRPGs. Like, if I got into JRPGs, I wouldn't be able to go back and play exclusively those 90s to 95 JRPGs. I'd rather play some of the ones that are made today because they get rid of some of the loading, some of the grind, stuff like that.
Or you could play it. You could even play it emulated and potentially speed that stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian, you're absolutely right, Brian. I'd agree. It's limited by budget. But you can't say, I don't think any designer or game maker today could say that the technology can't realize their idea.
Well, it's the limitation in technology that sometimes makes the most creative choices.
True. Yeah.
I mean, when you have unlimited resources and everything, you might not wind up with something as interesting as if you were limited in some way and you needed some creative way to work.
You might
around
end up
those.
with an Anthem, for example. $300 million, go make what you want, and 7 years later you get hot garbage. With some really good flight.
I never played Anthem, but to be honest, I don't know if I was playing it. It might be the type of game I'd like. I don't know. I never gave it a chance because it was
amazing.
Yeah, Electronic
Everything
Arts.
else was just yuck.
It was Electronic Arts, wasn't it? Anthem.
BioWare. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I deeply hesitate whenever anything's made by EA these days, which is sad because back in the 80s, they were like the best publisher.
I hesitate by all the big AAA companies, to be honest with you.
Yeah, whenever somebody says the game is AAA, I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, AAA money.
That just indicates to me that, you have to buy the game, and then there's going to be DLC, season passes, microtransactions, anything else they can cram into the game to try and get more money from you.
Yep. That's why, like, majority of games I buy on Switch, majority of games I'm playing now, it takes a lot for a AAA game to sell me these days for me to play it. Like, Elden Ring, and 6 months later, it's Midnight Sun. That's the 2 I've been playing. But it's crazy.
Here, I got 2 games on the Switch I got recently. I have not played either of these.
I'll put your solo mode.
Oh, it was funny. I'm looking at the wrong screen, but Wonderling DX. It's a game where apparently it's like a platformer game, but instead of playing the hero, you're playing a low-level enemy of the main villain, trying to prevent the hero from rescuing the princess or whatever. And this one just seems interesting. Rain on Your Parade, where you have to find creative ways to make it rain on people and ruin their
You ever going to play that?
I intend on playing these, making a video, playing it for the first time, because these are the games from Premium Edition that have the challenge cards. And if you do the challenge and you submit it, you actually earn patches for these.
Oh.
You have to, for whatever reason, these ones were really tight. So, and these games, they have, limited, I'm not limited run, but Premium Edition, their manuals are, always full color.
Yeah. No,
and,
I mean,
But then you get this card, and you do the instructions on here, or whatever.
Yeah, they made Super Blood Hockey, right?
Yes, well, they didn't make it. They published the physical version of it.
Yeah, same thing.
They're
paying for it. Publishers pay
for
the game to be developed, so they technically own it. So
the challenge here is to find the cat on the overworld. So you find the cat, you literally have to take a picture of the screen and you holding the physical version of the game and the card. You post it on social media, you email them pointing to that post on social media, and then they'll possibly need more information from you. And they'll send you a patch in the mail if you meet all the criteria. And I have all the patches for all their games so far, except for these 2, because I just got them. So I have to find time to play these.
Sorry, I'm searching something on eBay.
Oh, you're searching for something.
I found something.
You're searching for the Atari handheld.
Holy crap! The console costs $49 Canadian from England. Their shipping is $40 from England, so $80 if I want to get it from England. I don't know about that. I'll just ask Sean or Ryan.
That's why it was not really seen around here. I think it's because it was mostly in Europe that was sold.
I'll just ask some of the people at Blaze. Hey, you got one of those lying around? Send me one.
I wasn't paying attention and I died in battle.
Well, All right, community sound off. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to put a topic out there for me and Crow to end on? I did a lot of videos today too because I went to a card show, and because every month there's a trading card show, and I picked up a few things and did some videos, but the videos went long, and now my throat hurts. Too much talking.
You know what? I just realized I should have died at some point anyway, because I think there's an achievement for that.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, I never died before, because I would always leave before I died, but I think I got an achievement for dying.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even check my Discord to see if somebody.
Oh yeah, I
had
did.
come
I
up.
just see it. I got a trophy. Die for the first time. 91.8 of players have this achievement.
I love achievements that reward you for not being good at the game. Those are my
Or
favorite
just something
achievements.
that's going to happen automatically, because the other
Because
achievement
in
I got
Steam
today.
you get stuff. You get points for achievement in Steam, right?
I don't know.
Don't you get Steam points?
I turned off the Steam overlay so achievements can't annoy me while I'm playing. But
Oh,
it's always interesting to see
they
when
pop up on mine.
But I also got an achievement for embarking on my 10th expedition.
Man, there's so many cool stuff. I've got to get that. I've got to get that Blaze thing. That looks just too cool. I know it's probably hot garbage, but I need to get it. Oh my God, this guy has it for sale. He's already sold 51 of them. Maybe it's the guy who
Stole them.
Stole them off the truck.
But nobody cared about it, so nobody.
It's an interesting little device. Built-in game display and shelfware. What? It's got shelfware. Man, there's so many interesting products I never knew existed.
You know what's funny is like that's what I describe when there's little scuffs and stuff on a box, but you can't really explain it very well. I just say shelfware if I'm selling something.
The thing is, he's got 51 of them. Like, what shelf does he have that he has 51 of them?
It's possible that maybe he's selling a variety of things and it's just in the same listing.
No, he said he had 51 of them and he sold all but 7. One product rating, 1 star to 5.
It may be possible that that's just forged. Like, oh yeah, I sold like 40 of them, but really it was just a ghost account.
The dude's selling them, right? And then there's a secondary one that a guy is selling a brand new one for $359. I don't get that. When you can buy one that's got shelfware for $49. I don't understand.
Hot Dog is a Sandwich podcast.
What?
I still have the webpage open for this. A Hot Dog is a Sandwich podcast. You want to guess how many episodes they have?
100.
Looks like they ended in 2020. They have 136 episodes.
Holy crap. We got 7.
Yeah, but 7. It wasn't always called the Hot Dogs podcast.
Yeah, or whatever. Nobody will remember the first 5.
Episode 1, is cooking a sport?
It's cooking a sport.
Episode 4, what's the best pizza topping?
Oh, we all know what the best pizza topping is.
Sausage.
No.
Yes.
Green pepper.
Oh, that's okay too. I like that with my sausage. Episode 8, forks are useless.
Well, sporks aren't though. That sounds like a podcast I'll think about watching, actually.
Episode 10, is meal prepping a scam?
Pineapple. Tales from the Jude Land Waste Must Be Canadian.
Oh, episode 12. Is a Hot Pocket a dumpling?
Or is a dumpling a Hot Pocket?
Right. Came up before Hot Pockets, so.
No, I can't buy it. I so want it though. Dang it.
What's the best pasta shape?
Oh, spaghetti.
I actually like ziti.
What's ziti against? Those are the little clamshell-y things?
It's like muscatoli, but with no ridges.
What's muscatoli?
Okay, muscatoli is like a tube.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. No, I think I like just good old spaghetti.
What about what kind of spaghetti? Thick or medium or angel hair?
Just medium, and I like it with a nice thick meat sauce. I'm not going to do it, Tails. I'm not paying $80 for that. That's not. Nope. I got my Evercade.
Episode 47. What's the sexiest food?
Oh. What is the It has to be spaghetti from the Tramp.
From
Lady and
Lady
the Tramp. Yeah, it's got to be the sexiest one, right? I don't know. Is there such thing as sexy food? Sushi, probably. Well, sexy food has to be something that doesn't make a mess, right?
Oh, here we go. Episode 54. Canadian versus American food.
They're both blandless.
Episode 56. McMuffin versus McGriddles.
Oh, McMuffin. McGriddles are gross, man.
You know what's funny is I thought so too, but my sister really likes McGriddles for some reason.
Well, it's like a pancake with syrup, and then you put eggs and cheese and meat.
Yeah, it's like a pancake injected with syrup. So the syrup is in the dough.
It's just not good, man. It's not good.
Episode 63. No, a hot dog is not a taco.
It is. No, it's a bread taco with a wiener.
Episode 67. What flavor is Dr. Pepper?
I don't like Dr. Pepper. It tastes like a cherry Coke.
Funny thing about I don't drink soda anymore because for like the longest time, whenever I drink soda now, I get like a mild headache, so I just stop drinking it altogether.
It's the aspartame.
But it's not it happens with anything carbonated, so it's not aspartame. And besides, I absolutely can't. No, I'm thinking of Splenda. I absolutely can't stand Splenda. Aspartame is fine. That's what's an equal, I think, aspartame. But what the weird thing about Dr. Pepper is I found if I have a can of Dr. Pepper and I drink it, the first drink is great. I was like, this tastes awesome. And then immediately after that, it tastes terrible. I don't know
like
why.
cough syrup.
I like the taste of cough syrup.
No, it's gross, dude. That's why I don't like cherries, because all the cough syrup I had when I was a kid was cherry flavor.
You got to get the non-flavored cough syrup. That's the good stuff.
Oh, I use Buckley's mixture. That stuff's got ammonia in it. That'll just rip you to pieces.
I'll use any excuse to chug NyQuil.
Oh, good Lord. Gross. I have the weirdest dreams when I did have NyQuil. It's freaky dreams.
Man, if I can't sleep, you chug some NyQuil, you're out. It is.
I just drink a cup of coffee and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't like coffee at all.
You're weird.
Is ketchup a smoothie?
Ketchup? What? Yeah, because it's tomato. It's made with the fruit.
Tomatoes and sugar.
Tomatoes are fruit, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep, because it's got seeds.
Yeah, it is. It is a fruit.
Yeah, it's got seeds.
Right? I don't know if that's the I think the difference between a vegetable and a fruit is a fruit grows above ground and a vegetable grows.
The difference is seeds. Vegetables don't have seeds.
Cucumber. Is cucumber a vegetable or fruit?
It's a legume.
But it's not an option. It's either a vegetable or fruit.
It's a fruit. Cucumber is a fruit, but pickles are a vegetable. I'm just making it up as I go.
Yeah, I know you are, but I'm pretty sure cucumbers are a vegetable and those have seeds.
All right. We're going to call it because it's hour 22. My throat's starting to hurt and I've got work tomorrow. So,
see, there you go. Dan Ruff likes McGriddles.
Yeah, McGriddles. No, they're not bad, I guess. I just don't really like meat. So
to be honest, if I'm going to McDonald's for breakfast, I'm always getting a steak bagel meal.
I don't really go to McDonald's for breakfast. I go to Tim Hortons.
I have to go out of my way to go to McDonald's.
Did you know that Tim Hortons is expanding all over the U.S. now? Our big coffee and donut chain.
Well, I have not seen one.
They're opening 60 in Austin and Houston.
Our big joints like that are Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks.
Yeah, well, Tim Hortons is coming for you.
That's fine.
You're going to bring your Timbits and sandwiches and bagels.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue against new places coming. I don't like coffee, but they got donuts, so I'll try their donuts.
Oh, they got everything else. Like coffee is like their bread and butter, but like seriously, they have so many other drinks there. Like
as long as the place doesn't smell like coffee. That's the reason why I can't get into Starbucks.
Just a regular. It's like Tim Hortons have evolved in Canada in the last 20 years to more of like a soup and bagel and donut and pastry and sandwich place. Like they have like sandwiches called snackers or something like that sidekicks or something that are like hot chicken burgers and like hot sandwiches and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Episode 115. When does a grilled cheese become a melt?
When the cheese melts. All right, we can go on for days.
Is
We're gonna
cat,
call
cat
it chat.
technically a lasagna?
Yeah, technically. Lasagna. I love lasagna. We're going to call it. We'll talk to you guys in, could be next week. Could be the week after. Most likely probably going to be next week because I'm having fun talking about this.
I thought
I
you
like
always
when
skip
Crow
it, but-
brings games. And yeah, we'll chat you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out. Hit that like button. Get in the comments. Crow, what's coming up on your channel this week?
Okay, it depends. I actually made 3 videos. Well, I didn't make them yet. I filmed 3 videos today. I don't know when I'll finish them. I actually did a room tour. That'll be on Crow Continuum. I did not a playthrough, but I did play Demon Throttle. That'll be on Crow Continuum. And then I played another game called Roxy's Pinball Adventure.
Oh,
Well, no, Roxy Raccoon's Roxy Raccoon Pinball Adventure. And I can't decide whether or not I want to put it on Crow Continuum or Crow Pinball. It is a pinball game, but
it's got to go on pinball.
But I want to reserve that for the games where you constantly buy new tables. You know, it's a unique. You know, I originally put all the pinball stuff on that, but then I moved some of it back to Crow Continuum if it's just like an NES game or something, because that made more sense to go there. But this is blurring the line because there are separate tables, so to speak. There is DLC, but the main game is a story.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey JC, how you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, that avatar. Yeah, that's me, man. That picture was only taken recently too. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no. I'm gonna wait to watch your room tour. I want to watch your room tour because I am gonna do one for my channel members, and like I'm gonna do a couple parts of it, just show off sections of my room, just for channel member videos because I want to do all that weird special stuff for the channel, like stuff that's outside of Steam Deck and Evercade for the channel members. So I've never done a room tour before. People have seen a lot of my room through different angles of videos, but I'm going to do a little one just because I've added a few. I've cleaned up my room a lot. Like I've added more things that are more personal, like games and nostalgia stuff that I like. More art stuff than games because I'm pretty much done collecting games. I've got everything I want.
Yeah, you know what? I was collecting everything at one point, but now there's only specific things I'll buy blindly.
Yeah,
like Atari 2600, Commodore 64, Atari 8-bit computer stuff. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, DJC is focusing on. Yeah, and I'm gonna do a video for my members about what I'm focusing on collecting, and it's probably it's interesting because I'm like kind of narrowing my focus on stuff, and in the last year and a half, I've probably, I'd say, bought less than 50 games total.
You know, it's a funny thing. Last week on Sunday, I filmed 2 videos. One of them was the unboxing and of these because I get a patch for those. But I also filmed like a video that was going to be all the pickups in 2022 that I didn't show in a previous video. And I filmed the entire thing.
I might steal that idea too and film one.
Take it because I filmed the whole thing and then I decided I'm not going to make a video of this.
Yeah, I know. I might not either because I can't remember which ones I did buy out of. Like I think about like 35 games this year total, like for my collection. Well, I got rid of a bunch. I gave a bunch to that I have no nostalgia for. I just bought in lots. I gave them to my cousin, and he traded me some games I was looking for. So,
well, I have it all documented. I use that collector's program so I could see when I bought stuff, and then also I was going to include the stuff in Steam because I want to do a lot more stuff on Steam on my channel too.
Yeah, I love doing my Steam Deck stuff, dude. My Steam Deck stuff is so cool. People find my Steam videos so helpful. Like I'm flattered by the comments I get on my Steam Deck videos.
What's funny is that Roxy Raccoon video I filmed I did it because back in June of 2022, the developer contacted me about making a video about the game or something and gave me the code, and I told them, no, I don't think I have time to do it. I said, well, keep the code anyway, you know. It's like, okay, I'll get to it sometime, and sometime actually became like 8 months later.
Oh, you want to know an interesting story about Steam Deck? A company or somebody representing a company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do a review on their Steam Deck battery pack. And I got so excited. I said, absolutely, I'd love to have a free and a dock. I emailed them back and said yes. and their email address no longer in existence. So I think the company just folded or something like that. And I'm like, oh man, I wanted to try that battery.
You didn't respond fast enough.
I know, and it's a clip-on battery too. It reminds me of old Game Gear stuff and Nomad stuff. Well, Nomad actually.
Well, wait,
And that's the cool thing too. But I've done a Nomad video on my member. Oh, you're not a member, but I'm guilt tripping you. But no, I'm serious. But I did a Nomad video, and I debated Crow about putting that on my main channel. And I'm like, but I really want to keep my main channels focused towards like Steam Deck and Evercade and Playdate. But my Nomad, dude, I had to go buy a freaking adapter for it.
Oh yeah,
there's no batteries for it. There's no battery compartment, and I can't find my battery adapter to go with it. And I forgot that it didn't take batteries. I had to go buy a freaking adapter, a Model 2 adapter. So I got an OEM one, $20.
You know what's funny is back in the day, I didn't have a Genesis, but I had a Nomad.
Yeah, I love the Nomad because I got a new screen put on it. But I'm trying to figure out a video if I can do a USB-C mod to it like I did with my Game Gear. So I'm looking into that now. I'm spreading my wings out. I might start modding. But I have my Nomad right here, and I did a game on it. I really enjoyed playing the Nomad, but I got to have it wired. It's got to be plugged in. You know what I mean?
Do see that you have, in the general section, you post your members exclusive stuff. So I see that you do.
Yeah, I've done 3 videos so far. The Elden Ring one was fun. I just like going through the book. I bought myself a Christmas gift. I know, how sad is that? But I bought the Elden Ring guide because I'm pretty sure I've only killed 200 of the 350 bosses. And I couldn't locate them, so I'm going through each map. Oh, there's a boss here. I need to go there.
I buy myself Christmas presents all the time. It doesn't matter what time of year it is.
And my wife's playing the game, and so she can use the guide too, which is really good. And because she's 100%ing it, so it'll probably take her a couple of years because she's much busier and more important than I am. But yeah, no, I love doing those like videos like that. It's pretty cool. And the Nomad is like the fact that it just like I can just grab a Genesis game and I don't have to hook up my Genesis. I don't have to capture it. I just, put it in my Nomad, get under my camera and just film it. And it's pretty cool. What's DJ saying?
You want to see something funny? I had,
yeah, but you got a nice TurboGrafx collection, DJ. I've seen your TurboGrafx collection. It's sweet. I'm jealous.
I got a copy of Mighty Final Fight complete in box for $5 at a Play and Trade.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I
isn't that worth like $200 or something?
I think I sold it for $400.
Oh, on your eBay?
Yeah.
Are you still doing eBay, Crow?
Not at the moment, but I do. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to put on eBay eventually. I just need the time to get it all together.
I bought some games from you.
You bought some? Oh, from eBay?
Yeah, remember?
Vaguely.
Yeah, like 3 years ago. Yeah. You sent me I bought 2 games off you. I'll check it right now. Do you remember what games I bought from you?
I don't remember. No, not at all. I don't.
I'll just go into my purchase history of my eBay.
There's only
we might have done it on a side sale. We might have did it on a side sale.
Oh yeah. That's probably what happened. But I will probably sell all the Famicom games I have, all the Super Famicom games. Not very many of them. There's at least one Switch game I have a duplicate of that I accidentally bought more than once. And I want to sell a lot of the DVDs and Blu-rays I have eventually. And that's going to take the most time to sort through because who knows which ones are actually worth anything or not. And I might sell this camera that I'm using right now when I get my replacement, and the other camera that I had because I'm not really using it as much as I thought I was going to use it. So there's a lot of stuff I want to sell, but it just takes a lot of. It was funny. It was like when my wife puts stuff on eBay, she just uses her phone. She puts it up on eBay in like 5 minutes. I take like the game days prepping. Like, let me take like 8 pictures of this. Let me research and see what I should sell it for. That kind of stuff.
Do you know what game I bought from you?
No, I don't.
Dragon's Lair 3D for Xbox.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That-
I bought that one for you because I need it for my collection, and that's a good version of that game.
Yeah, I remember. The reason I bought it is because I
It's a
remember
little
my friend
risque
had bought it
though,
at one point.
because Daphne. It's a little risque. I won't put it out there much more, but you can go check out the cutscenes for that video. And it's a bit risque.
Is it more risque than the original arcade game?
Probably not. No, 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 no. Or maybe
And
it's
that
the
could be.
arcade game I'm
And that
thinking
was
about.
sitting in arcades where all kids could see that.
Yeah, kids. Yeah, when you're a kid though, you're oblivious to that stuff. Now, when you're a teenager, on the other. All right, we're gonna call it. We said we were gonna call it 20 minutes ago, and we kept on talking. Thanks, Crow, as always. Chat. We'll talk to you hopefully next week. Until
We
then,
need to
bye.
get more people on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I invite people, and people just don't want to come, or
Yeah,
they don't
I'll
care.
think about it and then they forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. Later, everyone.
Okay. Bye.
Do your thing, Crow.
I don't like your subs. They give